don't have technical difficulties while live. Okay, why
Okay.
Hela? We're live.
Hi everyone, we're back, and this is a very exciting part of the Vested Summit. This is the Shark Zone pitching session, where we're going to hear from 6 different startups this year. Each of them has 3 minutes to give us a pitch. They will be judged by Salma El Hariri and Ahmad Yusri from Scale Up Ventures. They will receive a 2 minute feedback at the end of their pitch. And the winners of this live pitching competition will be announced by the end of this event. And they will win the possibility to pitch in at the Shark Zone competition in a month and be eligible for $100,000 in investment by Scale Up Ventures. So this is super exciting and very high stakes. Today we have, I'll tell you the names of the 6 startups that are going to pitch today. We have AI for Support, Energical, Ifaka, Cooltech, VPG Technology, Drival, and Amwell. So I think we can start with the pitching now. I don't want to take any more of the startups' time. I think we're starting with AI for Support.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Can everyone hear me well?
Yes, we can hear
We
you
can
very
hear
well.
you perfectly well. Yes.
Excellent.
Hi, Mahmoud.
My name is Mahmoud Munir. I'm the founder of AI for Support. AI for Support is an artificial intelligence platform, and the platform has been born in my studies at MIT and verified by some very senior executives in telecommunications and as well in founders of other companies. It has been a very nice journey where I get really good coaching from the senior executives in the viability of the AI for support platform. The platform is actually meant for helping technology companies, engineers, when they are deploying their technologies in complex projects and making machine learning available for all the engineers to find data, whether this data is in data sources in manuals or data sources in blogs or even in connected systems like trouble ticketing or what have you. So this is the first use case, but the platform can work and serve all research, can help another use case like medical, can help the lawyers, but we've chosen the support because we know that it's close to the heart of IT and security companies and technology companies to realize the value of how it is very important to search for the information and get the solutions to their engineers while they are implementing these projects and really meet the timelines to their customers. So the help here is by saving time and making these engineers more efficient in order that we have at the end a very satisfied customer. And this as well works very well in avoiding any delays in the project plan and the promise of when the project will go live. The platform is built definitely with algorithms and machine learning that is using deep learning and as well as enforced learning using regressions and all what have you in order to not get a search result, traditional search result, like what you are getting in your search on Google or Bing or anything. You get here a recommendation. And the difference between search and recommendation, that the search will come out with 100 results and the ask will come with 1 or 2 recommendations to go and read in tons and loads of manuals, that the machine will learn in its training stage. I don't know how far you might be familiar with this, but right now the machine learning and the natural language processing is allowing us to let the machines understand, learn all these references coming, as I said, from any data source. So whenever the engineers face the problems, they are going to ask machines to help them rather than going offline, spending so much time in finding the solution. And it's definitely extended to the customers
1
as well.
minute left.
So what we are avoiding here, delays and customer satisfaction. So the overall objective of the platform is working on the customer experience, because you are as a technology vendor or as a researcher using the platform, you are getting a very good customer experience from the results of achieving your promise to their project or to their business initiative. So this is very simply explaining what the platform is doing and what's its objective and how it is built. It's built on all artificial intelligence technologies, and it will be available as a subscription. And the subscription is very simple. You don't need to understand artificial intelligence. You need to spend millions of dollars to
Sorry, Mahmoud, the time
build
is
the
up,
solution.
but
Yeah, thank you. I'm
can
done.
I ask you
Thank-
a couple of questions?
Yeah, sure.
Which stage you're at? So have you built a product? Is this something in the market?
Yeah,
Um,
we are in the seeding stage where we have right now the agreed with the pilot companies who agreed to test our platform. So we're in the seeding stage. Platform is up and running, and the customer portal is ready. We are just onboarding one after another from the seeding or the agreed pilot customers.
what kind
So
of
how
data
my
are you bridging
Excuse.
for customer support? What kind of data are you bridging for customer support, and what's the level of service that would be expected from a platform like that?
So data sources, you can say it's today it's all any sort of documents, whether it's books, manuals, and PDFs, text, Word, any format that the machine can learn, and as well as we can involve any web content or blogs in internal intranet of the company, where the engineers, for example, have their internal blogs or or chats or whatever, or even some organized systems like trouble ticketing. And this is all called data sources. And whatever the user is doing is just asking the machine rather than going and searching by himself on the solution or where is the right data that he can apply and help him solving the challenges he's facing. So
Absolutely.
when you're asking the machine and the machine is just getting you 1 or 2 pages to read rather than you go and searching in hundreds and loads of documents. I hope that this answers your question.
Perfect. Thank you. Yusri.
I was going to ask, when you say that you are piloting it with companies, how many companies, and uh, if you can share one of the famous ones or not yet?
Uh, I have 6 agreements so far. We are starting one by one in order that we don't involve all the 6 together, because we still don't have the full support organization that can handle the 6 all together. So we're starting with 2 of them right now. So I can say that you have telecommunication, 2 telecommunication companies, the 2 telecommunication companies in United Arab Emirates, and as well I have technology companies like, for example, OpenText and SUSE, which is one of the companies, of like Red Hat, working in containers and Kubernetes, as well as I can disclose more, but I think we are in a
Yeah.
public now,
Go
but
ahead.
I have 6 companies agreed for the seeding and agreed to be the first references.
Well, that's more than enough. Thank you for sharing that. And yeah,
Thank you so much. And yeah, I was gonna say, which markets are you targeting? And my main feedback would be, I mean, I think this is a great product, very much needed. The pilot would prove, what needs to be done further in product development. And the main thing about enterprise software is that you need to have customers, and they have to be, and it's the volume of data processing. So if you are promising an AI for support kind of thing, is how much data are you processing on behalf of the client, and how much is that actually saving them in time and cost. So that would be the metric for you to move
Yes,
on to the next stage.
yeah,
But I think
absolutely.
it's absolutely awesome. And for time's sake, let's just move to the next startup. But thank you so
Yeah.
much, Mahmoud, for your.
Welcome. And in the slides was the answer to the last question asked. What are the potential customers and industries? Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
Thanks a
much.
lot. Bye.
Well, that was impressive, actually. So next up we have Angelical. Let me get it. Angelical. Hi, how are you, Mustafa?
Hi, I'm great. I'm good, thank you. It's
Can you-
energical, energy and recycle. So it's
Yes.
energy.
Hey,
I'm
now
sorry.
I
I'm
get it.
sorry. I know the name is not so, so easy, but nobody knows Energizer when they invented it.
That's all
That's
right. Startups have all sorts of names. So
but when you explain it like this, it's understandable now.
yeah.
Energical. Okay.
Energy.
Yes.
Uh, can you please
Let
share
me share my
the
screen.
this? Yes,
Yes.
Just a
share screen.
second. Okay. Just a second.
And may I ask the rest of the attendee to please share your screen as well? It will not appear until we choose it. So, but just to make it ready.
Okay, just need some additional privileges on Mac. I just don't want to waste your time. So if you can take the next startup until I finish this setup, because Mac screen
Anyone
share
else
is not so
ready?
easy.
Okay.
Uh,
So I think.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. There's driver. Driver is supposed to be number 2. So driver Peter. Mustafa, I'm going to take you off screen.
Okay, thank you.
Driver, Peter, driver, add to the stream. Hello. Yes,
Hello, how are you?
I'm
Hi,
fine.
Peter. How are you?
How are you? I'm fine, thank you.
Please start.
Yeah, you
Okay,
have 3 minutes, Peter, and we're gonna give you feedback for 2 minutes. Go ahead.
okay. So shortly, Drival is a website and mobile application will connect all the Egyptian and the transportation and delivery supplies. We are working in the industry of the ride hailing, and we have a new concept that we are trying to make the cost of the trip and the cost of the daily life after the pandemic of the corona. So we are trying to make everything less and the cost because as you know now in Egypt we have situation about the lifestyle and all the stuff. It's all affected after the corona pandemic. So we are trying now to make everything less with a lot of concept. Okay, now we are launching and working already in Hurghada in the Red Sea since 1 month, and we have a good numbers for ourselves. Like as example, we have 1K downloads, and we have good number of trips from 30 till 50 trips every day. Also, we open our scale, and we have now. We are doing now the delivery services, and in the future, in the near future, we will add a lot of transportation sections as examples, sea taxi. It will be the first in Hurghada to have sea taxi for the foreigners and for the residents, and also we are looking to be more green as we have now dealing with scooters with electric, so it will be make less the exhausting of the cars. So and also we are going to expand in our plan to expand in 5 cities in the Upper Egypt, which is in real. They are in very need to this technology, and we are going to be a super app for all the transportation. Now we are working with the transportation of the scooters and the sedan cars and the delivery service. And now we start to have good deals with airline companies. Now in the phase of making integration with a big airline company. I don't know it's allowed for me to tell you the names or no, but we already have the integration now. We are working on it to have a big deal with airline companies that you can found in Drival all the kind of transportation you need. As an example, in Hurghada, you can book your car, you can book your scooter, you can ask for delivery, and very soon, in a couple of weeks, you can book your airline ticket with a special offer if you are booking with our app. And also, when we are going to the Upper Egypt, we will open
One
the
minute.
scale. Yeah.
1 minute left. Continue. Yeah, continue, Peter. I'm just telling you that's 1 minute left.
Okay, and in the Upper Egypt, we are going to expand to add the railway station to the app. We will find a way to have the integration or the deal with the railway station ministry or the organization, so you can find all your kind of transportation inside the app, including trains, including bicycles, scooters, tuk-tuk if it's available in the city. And we are trying to go in the section of the green, and we don't wanna take all the normal basic stuff like normal cars. Now we are looking forward to have a scooter with electric, and we are trying to go green in this area.
Okay.
So this is
That's
simply and shortly what we are doing, and we have already running business, and we are working as well in Hurghada and the Red Sea, and in the near future we will expand in the next 5 cities in the Upper Egypt, which is
so.
in
Where
big
in
demand.
Upper Egypt are you trying to focus yourself?
In Asyut, in Elminia, in Sohag, in Bani Suef, especially the biggest cities in the, and also including Luxor and Aswan, because we have in the app 3 language, yeah, English and Arabic and Russian, because we have here as example in Hurghada a lot of Russian, or the people who is using the Russian language from the Soviet Union, so they are in, not most of them they are speaking English, so we add for them the Russian language, so it will be easy for them. So we don't want to miss this big part of people they are living here in Hurghada.
Okay.
Peter, time is up, but let me give you some feedback. So, what would prohibit today Karim or Uber to actually enter coastal cities? And what are the main challenges that are facing you today with ride sharing in those destinations?
The problem about Karim and Uber, they are taking Hurghada as a coastal city. They are focusing only on the season of the summer. But for me, as a resident, I'm already resident in Hurghada. Hurghada is full of people. They are living. Hurghada is the second government in all over Egypt because of the space, starting from Sukhna and end with Halayb and Shalatin, and there is no coverage for Karim for all of this area. And it's a good chance for us and a good opportunity to start working with and taking feedback and fixing and working to fixing it very fast, because we have here a lot of people, foreigners, and a lot of multi-language people, so they have the experience and they are hungry for the technology.
Perfect. So, what is the main differentiator that you have, and in your in the mobile application over any of the other competitors? That is making you say that you are not focusing it on only the coastal side of the things.
For our concept, the coast is the most
Karim? Peter, sorry. Peter froze in a very critical time.
And to answer the question we got online about electric mobility, yes, he actually said he mentioned that he is going to also be adding electric scooters to his app.
Well, I liked Peter's idea a lot. Maybe he can listen to this in the afterwards. I think the differentiation in the model that allows this kind of growth that happened in Hurghada, how he's going to replicate it. So at this stage, he's in Hurghada and having all those customers and 1000K of downloads. There is something correct that he's doing, but he's not showing it off. So as an investor, I wouldn't know if this can be repeated or not. So maybe he should show this in his presentation afterwards.
I think he's back. Just a second.
Yes.
Yes, we have him. Peter,
Yes, I'm so sorry. I think that I lost the connection for a
what's
couple of
the
seconds.
differentiator? We were saying that you have a great product, but you're not really showing us the differentiator. So, what's the differentiator? You froze again. Okay. I guess I would add my feedback as well. It's always a challenge if you're only focusing on tourists to go to every country, every city they're going to, and then they have to download a new app, a new experience that they don't know about. So marketing always is a challenge. And the other thing is also data and connectivity. Is most of them don't have SIM cards. So yes, focusing on locals is a good thing, but then there are also many other taxis and other services. So it becomes more about knowing how to mobilize the network of drivers. So I guess my main question for you is operationally, how are you mobilizing network of drivers today to be available to offer a good customer experience for your users?
Look, about the, I will speak about some stuff I didn't tell you. Maybe you will get my point from this. I'm working also in the. I already had experience before. We already, by the way, we was transportation sponsor for your event, if you remember, in Salah Hashish before, the 2 years ago, I think. And I have the experience enough that I was working at the manager of Uber and Kareem in since 2017 till a couple of months ago. So also I have the experience about the marketing, because also we are doing the offline marketing, and this what it's not being done by Karim and Uber. In a short summary about the offline marketing, as an example, we I have a deal now with a charity organization here in Hurghada to give them back like a kickback, not a promo code or something, like a commission, if they are spreading out our app and all this stuff. So they are taking a benefit and a profit from this. So we are going in the offline
I meant
marketing as well.
I meant about drivers, Peter. Like, how would you mobilize a network of drivers to be available to drive around people when you don't have traffic yet? How are you onboarding drivers?
How onboarding a driver? You mean that we have a customer service 24 hours, especially for the drivers, and the same as well for the customer. And already we have a stable, established office, and already the drivers they trusted me because I was their manager before in Uber and Kareem, so they work with me with the experience that I have before, and also we are giving them a lot of advantage that it's missing for them to make them profit more higher. I'm giving them this advantage in driver. So with me, he is taking less commission and a lot of advantage, a lot of bonus. So the driver, he have the loyalty for me, and the same as well for the customer. I have my percentage, and the percentage company is like half of the percentage that Karim and Uber taking from the customer. So this is reflecting back on the trip fee for the customer. So for him, it's a very, I don't want to say it's very cheap, but it's reasonable for him to use it as a daily use. Okay. Plus, I am pushing a promo codes and discounts so that to encourage people to order more trips with me. So later on they will be my loyal customer, and also we are trying to give them good packages.
Peter, thank you so much. Time is up, but for me, I go to Hurghada a lot. Hurghada is one of my second homes, and getting around is always a challenge. So if you can solve that, that would be awesome.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
and
Yeah.
yeah, on to the next startup. Yusri, do you have further feedback as well?
Well, I told feedback when you were frozen, and I hope that you listened to it afterwards, but I will repeat it again quickly. It is a challenge. You are in Hurghada, and you know the people, you know the drivers, and you get an awesome number of 100K, but because we don't see the differentiation that's not based on your personal connections, how you are going to scale it up in other cities. This is the challenge that
Yeah,
I think you should reflect it better in your pitch deck. Your differentiation about the price is something challenging and good. You good that you can bring the drivers and the customers. Challenging is that can you make profit out of it? So this is something that you need to work the financial model for it very good, because this is one of the key concerns that you will have. If you can تضرب أسعار كريم في السوق وأوبر, if you can slash
I
the
got
price
that.
Uber or Kareem, can you survive? This is a challenge.
yeah. The time is up, unfortunately, but
Thank you for
thank
your
you so
feedback.
much,
Thank you so
Peter,
much.
and
Yeah,
Thank you, Peter.
thank you so much.
So now we have Cool Tech, Mr. Amr. Welcome on board.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm
Can you
just
please share your screen?
yes, just a second.
Take your time. Yes.
Can you see it now?
Yes, it's up there.
Okay, I'm ready anyway.
Okay, so let's start.
more data and more AI startups. I like that.
Yes.
Actually, we are hardware and AI together.
Ooh, okay. Go for it.
So, hello. My name is Amr Talat. Actually, today I am presenting Cool Tech. It's a really smart temperature data logger. I guess for the past 2 years, we have seen how vaccines are essential in our lives. And unfortunately, vaccines live between 2 and 7 degrees only, most of the vaccines. This needs an uninterrupted cold chain process in manufacture and in transportation. Let's imagine that $35 billion are lost yearly due to temperature exclusions in healthcare only. Yet, what we did in Cooltech is that we have re-engineered the whole process, converting a simple temperature sensor to a smart one that can communicate and analyze the data on the cloud. The idea is that we need an out-of-a-box sensor that needs zero development, SMS configurable, wide range of operation. You can use it in a big fridge. You can use it in a car. You can use it even in a small fridge. It's a cloud connected and it's a water resistant. So if you use it in a car or something, it's an IP67. Yet the magic is here. We collect all the historical data, the new readings, and the weather condition, and thanks for our researched anomaly-based algorithm to have a performance score of your appliance. We will let you know when do you need the preventive maintenance of your appliance, securing you from interrupting your operation before this happens, not after it happens. And we are lucky to be in this market. It's a huge market, $426 billion yearly in 2022, growth rate 16%, and the highest growth rate is in Africa and the Middle East, divided between pharmaceuticals and food industries. Let's not forget that we have strong competitions. But we have some advantages over the other guys. We have better prices. We have higher data rate. We can always rely on our remote setting using SMS or Wi-Fi. And finally, we have the smart part, which is the data analysis. Cool Tech have two main revenue streams. The first one is $120, which is a module service, and the $8 combines cloud subscription and the data analysis monthly. So we mainly sell and rent the device. We already have delivered 400 devices. Some of our main customers are Mansour Holding and IFT. We have a longer list, but we have a short one. We have a good agreements with Vodafone, Salat, and Orange as resellers, and we started pilot phase in other companies. For market and sales, we have a B2B. We are trying to always sign strategic partners. We expand our marketing team. We have more 5 established supply chain because we build both boards. We had a small problem in the beginning with approval, with the authority approval HRA, and we got it. Our module now works with Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and mobile. We need to add new sensors and better data analysis, even to get better information. What we are asking for is 200K on common shares. This allows us to have a larger product stock that allows us to take the market lead and to enlarge our marketing team. We expect to have a 940 mostly expected annual revenue if we did this. We have a strong management team, starting from me, an associate professor of electronics in the GUC. We have hardware engineers, we have software engineers, we have a very strong marketing manager, and I'm done. Thanks a lot, and hope CoolTech will fit in your program.
دكتور عمرو طلعت بقى not عمرو طلعت. This is amazing. I think it's great that you have traction already and you're signed all of these customers. What's the feedback and how much are they actually using your product?
Okay, we have 2 or 3 main big companies, really big, like Mansour Holding. Mansour Holding, we are already monitoring over Egypt from Aswan to Alexandria. All large fridges. Alhamdulillah, we have very good feedback. We have we have actually a trick in our team for support, but it's moving very well. We have a very strong relation with them, and I have a nice story. الناس في منصور بالذات, they were telling me in before your system we never had اجازة عيد vacation. عشان they are worried that the system, that the fridges, the large fridges with millions of dollars might fall any time, then they will lose a lot of money. But with this system, they have a good vacation. And if there is any interruption or if there is any problem, after 5 minutes, they will get SMSs, they will get emails, they will get everything shows them there is a problem in this system, go to the fridge.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Thanks a lot.
It's really amazing.
I can tell you that I was just reading about the startups, and there was a competition for the food safety regulation in the United States, the FDA, for monitoring the data, which is exactly what you're doing. And I think your product can be an international product right away if you have the patent for it. Or
actually, the anomaly detection algorithm is like we started it, we did it for temperature, but the mass of it is well known, so we cannot patent it in a way, but we can patent the application itself.
Okay.
The commercialization of
yes.
certain things. Okay.
Yeah. The second thing is that I tell you that if you record the data in some sort of blockchain, or if you record it on a blockchain, that will be a huge development in your roadmap. This will open for you a lot of markets in Europe and United States at least, because this will make your product reliable in recording the data for the customers, so people can rely on the data from the sensors. This will open for you the food safety and for pharmaceuticals market in the United States and Europe a lot. So
yes,
that would be my feedback.
This is a good idea.
Yeah,
this is a very good idea actually.
Can you tell us a bit more about the tier, the team, Dr. Amr?
Okay, actually, I don't know if you can see the slides still or not.
Yeah, I will bring it back.
Okay, here.
Especially the engineering team and what
actually we have a strong engineering team. We have a technical manager, which is Amr Hamdi. He is graduated from Cairo University, and he's like 2.5 or 3 years in our company now, and he's really a nice guy. We have Khalid and Ali. Ali is our embedded engineer. He works in Valeo. Khalid, Muhammad Khalid, we always name him Khalid. He graduated from the GSC as well. Ali and Khalid graduated from the GSC. Khalid is working now in Siemens, which is Mentor Graphics, and he helps us in hardware. We have Badr. Badr is our senior software engineer. He finished his master in network engineering. Now he's pursuing his PhD in actually IoT devices and so on. And Badr was one of the main people who helped us in building the algorithm itself, the anomaly algorithm. Him and someone who left us earlier to Amazon, which is Yasmin Amin. Finally, we have Lamia. Lamia Ziada is a PR manager in We Mobile, and she helps us in our marketing, and so on. And she's a marketing PhD candidate as well. Finally, it's me. I'm a co-founder of this company, and I'm associate professor of electronics and the vice dean of information engineering and technology. So I hope our team is strong enough, although I feel that we miss a little in the marketing part, or we need larger, like more people in the business part.
Yeah, I wanted to say that the business
We are
side
too
of things.
technical.
Yeah, but it's just a technical product. It's really good. Can you tell us a bit more about the product roadmap and the vision you have, just very briefly, and before we move on to the
what we did until now, we already have enough traction. What we are trying to do, we already have enough traction. We started with the mobile module because the mobile module can be installed in cars and so on. Then we build Bluetooth and Wi-Fi modules, so we can integrate these modules in hotels, in restaurants, and so on, which will be cost less than the mobile one because you don't have to buy the SIM and pay for it monthly. But it's the same sensor. So you will have the same data, you have everything, but it's for free. Now, what we're trying to do is that we're trying to add more sensors to the product. We are trying to add like door sensor to analyze how long the fridge is open and closed, to analyze more data about the fridge itself, how the people are using it. So we are collecting more data. Also, the power usage. We already added sensors that can analyze the power. On the other hand, for the anomaly, now we use only temperature, which is one dimension, to know the score of the fridge. So we build a model of the fridge and we keep analyzing it. So we are trying to add the other dimensions to get better idea.
The time is up.
I'm done.
No worries. I want to applaud you because it is the first time in the Shark Zone, and actually for us to also see professors wanting to build startups, and especially engineering professors. I applaud you for that. That's first.
Thanks
and we'd love to encourage more of that with this young spirit from other professors and other universities as well, not just the students. So I applaud you for that.
Thanks so much.
I love the product. I love the. I think you have something cooking that's big.
Thanks so much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Amr.
Thank you, Dr. Amr.
Thanks so much.
So next up is Energical. Energical again. Now let me take Mr. Amr out. Energical. Are you ready,
Screen.
Mustafa?
Yes. Yeah. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yalla, Mustafa, take it away.
Okay. Okay. Let me start now. Hi, everyone. My name is Mustafa Agami, a co-founder of Energical. Today, I'm talking about the medical waste. Medical waste plays a major role in spreading infections. In Egypt only, there are 300 tons of medical waste are thrown away by healthcare sector every single day. For the last 10 years, 73% of these amounts are even leaked illegally to certain industries like toy making or just sent to landfill, although these medical waste is not allowed to be recycled. It's a chronic problem since long ago. At Energical, we have a solution, which is transformation of this medical waste into energy. Using our new pyrolysis technology, we take this waste and we transform 95% of it into heat energy, and we supply it back to the hospital, leaving 5% as a construction material. And this is how we support the circular economy. Currently, hospitals, to dispose its waste, they depend on certain companies to, and one of these three methods, even they bury it, they sanitize the waste or burn it. All these methods has its pros and cons, but they are all share the bad environmental impact and the need for very high capital. At Energical, with our new pyrolysis technology, we solve the environmental, the economical and health issues of these alternatives. How we solved the high capital, although this plant cost us around $5 million, we solved it by the partnership. We made a partnership with Monarch, which is the only US-based company certified across the US to use pyrolysis technology in treating medical waste, and it has several successful projects in across US, UK, and Europe. We signed a joint venture with Monarch, so Monarch would supply 100% of the assets to our customers at zero cost. That leaves Energical as the operating partner in charge of product development and operations and licensing. With this partnership, Energical has exclusive rights across Middle East and Africa region till 2031, and this is how we turn Energical into an asset-light version of this heavy machinery, and we can claim that it's the Uber of medical waste. Let me walk you through our milestones. We started in August 2021, and now we're doing two main things: registration of our technology at the Ministry of Health and signing MOUs with interested hospitals. We are on the verge now of signing MOU with two famous hospitals in Egypt. Then we're planning, once we get this certification or registration, we plan to build 3 units till end of 2023. Then we're planning to co-manufacture and put the stamp of Made in Egypt over this machinery. And with some market study, we're planning to expand by end of 24 locally and regionally across Saudi Arabia and UAE. Let's plot these milestones over the financial projections. In the next 3 years, we're expecting a revenue of $8.8 million, which is 2%, less than 2% the size of the Middle East and Africa market. And this regional market as well is only 3% of the global medical waste treatment market. How we are going to get these 8.8?
Sorry to cut you off, but the time is up. We will only have 1 minute for feedback because we gave you an extra minute for you to tell us a bit more about the startup. But
it was just the revenue streams.
But I love it. I love it. Have you you've signed, but have you actually recycled any medical waste to date? And
actually, to be able to take any project with any hospital, we have to register this new technology at the Ministry of Health, and this is the current challenge, and this is the current phase. We're giving it till mid 2022, inshallah, to finalize this registration. But we're with MOUs, we're building just a backlog. Yeah. We're building interested customers because I'm telling the hospital, you're not going to spend any investment. I'm offering you savings for free.
How much waste is going to be recycled out of the signed MOUs that you were
currently with these two MOUs? We are planning to have 12 because 1 unit 6 tons per day. So we are now on the verge of signing contracts for 12 tons per day, which is a very small part of the 300 tons available in the market, in the Egyptian market only.
Okay. Mustafa, this is amazing. I would like to ask you about who owns the technology. This technology, it's owned by the American company?
Yes, this technology worldwide, it's owned by this company, and we signed a partnership agreement and a contract to represent them for the next 10 years with a clause to co-manufacture in Egypt after building 3 units. So the patent is there, but we're going to localize it here in Egypt, and the knowledge transfer will be from this company to Energical, but the business model and the operating and business development will be through Energical.
So Energical is like the localization partner for this technology from the USA.
Yes,
Amazing.
especially, and the issue is chronic since long ago. If you follow the newspapers, every now and then there is a big title, a big headline about mishandling of medical waste. Just a couple of weeks ago, they had some blood bags on the streets in Shobra. So it's a chronic, and there's no feasible solution.
It really is.
So far.
It's a huge problem. I want to applaud you. It's something that, and we also have a very deep love and the portfolio of waste recycling companies. We do like these kind of companies very much, and medical waste is definitely as important as all the other forms of waste as well. My question is, what's your background?
Okay, I'm coming from an engineering background, and I hold an MBA. I have an experience of 17 years in operations and energy handling, engineering and factory management in large FMCGs like Nestle, Coca-Cola, and Juhaina. My partner, Magdi Shafi, has more than 20 years of marketing experience in large pharmaceuticals, and we have an advisory board headed by Mohammed Al-Samna. He's the commercial director of Solarize. You know, Solarize is the very famous and successful solar startup since 2014. So this is currently the team, and part of the ask, big part of the ask is going or will be directed to building the core team to start the first project and to have a functioning unit.
Amazing.
Yes.
Thank you.
I liked actually the batch is very neat and organized, and it actually answered the question. And
we have the demo day tomorrow with the Venture Lab, so this is the one I'm going to. You have exclusive rights now to see it.
It blew me away. You needed more time.
Our audience. We watched it first.
Yes.
Yeah, we watch it first. I'll say that tomorrow. I'm planning to attend, so I'll listen more carefully to Energical.
It's an honor
tomorrow.
to meet you tomorrow.
Thank you, and I will not miss the name again.
Yeah, okay, it's Energical. Energy recycled intelligently. There is an I.
Okay.
Time is up, ya Mustafa. Best of luck with your demo day tomorrow.
Thank you.
Best of luck
Thank you so much.
For you in the competition as well with us. So
thank you, Mustafa.
Up next
Ahmed and Salma.
Thank you. Up next is Ifaka. Mr. Fadi. Yes, here he is.
Hi.
Hello, Fadi. Hi, how are you?
Actually, I can see the bottom of sharing.
It is down on the screen. It's like a plus in under share. You find
no button for sharing my screen. Actually, I'm ready with my screen.
Are you using the laptop or are you using the phone?
iPad.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's why.
Okay, you see down here, I have share screen. Can you see?
He's on the iPad, so maybe there's a different interface.
Yeah, I don't have the button for eyes for share screen.
Can you, Fadi, can you send us the slides and we can take the next startup until you send us the slides, and we'll be able to show the slides.
Okay.
I wrote my email in the chat, the private chat. Please take it, send it to me, the slides.
Okay, now.
And you will up next after VD. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Thank you, Fadi. So up VPD, we had two participants, Michael.
Yes, I'll be taking it. Thank you.
Perfect.
Okay,
Okay.
Hi, how are you?
Very well, very well. Thank you.
Where are you connecting from?
I'm collecting from London today. Well, Newcastle to be precise. That's where I am at the moment.
Perfect.
I'll be going back.
That's
I'll be
amazing.
yeah.
Uh, we had lots of London speakers in the morning, so
Ah,
they're
okay. Can you see my screen?
yes,
yes.
here is it your screen.
Okay. Let me open. All right. You can still see my screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
All right. Okay. First of all, thank you very much for having us with VPD Money. My name is Michael Femi Simeon. I'm the co-founder of VPD Money. We VPD Money is addressing the inequality in access and opportunity in order to better human condition, popularly known as the unbank in financial sector. We call it the bank of view. Sooner or later, you'll understand why we call it the bank of view, because it's about personalization. There are 1.7 billion of unbanked people in the world. My own first experience of unbanked is actually with my own mom, paying, unable to pay my school fees on the due date. Not because she wasn't working, but just because at the time when the bill comes, she couldn't manage to pay that fees at that particular point. So that's my own experience in terms of the unbanked. But there are 1.7 billion of people similar to my mom's situation in the world. 350 million out of that are in Africa. 25 under 25, majority of them are under 25 years old. 75 million out of those people are in Nigeria. Egypt and Nigeria carry the biggest, under top seven in the world in terms of unbanked people. So, what's been the problem? The lack of financial identity, high cost of banking in terms of money and time, a bad experience, and legacy issue. Not that bank don't want to do anything, but by their makeup and by their cost structure, they are actually shackled, basically. Now we use a sector that been through a whole sector like telecommunication, because they're very similar to banking. Banking has been around for a long time. So does telecommunication. Now in this picture, you would think that these people who are queuing on the phone box, the aspiration is to have a landline, but it turned out that's not the case. The aspiration is to have a mobile phone. It's the same thing for bank. The current financial system, how we have it at the moment, is not about replicating a new digital bank and call it a different thing. We believe that at VPD, that people should build their home bank. In the case of my mom, Sarah, she can build a bank of Sarah and select wherever she wants, whether card transaction, utility bill, overdraft to pay my school fees, or bulk payment or cashback. So that's the way, that's the solution that VP does. Don't we believe that the banking experience needs to be dismantling and let people build their own bank based on the customization needs. In terms of access, for example, in Nigeria, you have less than 5,000 bank branches, yet you have over 600,000 POS machine. So we create a solution where you can also onboard and also withdraw with POS machine for our users. So effectively, I'm describing a hub of banking in Africa where you lower cost, better user experience, and borderless. And you can make money in the process. The market is huge. In Africa, it's 249 billion. In Nigeria alone, it's 74 billion. Now, these are our own traction. We started in last year, October. We were processing $27,000 a month. Now we're processing over $5.6 million a month. We've onboarded 43,000 users. 35,000 people are waiting for our card.
Wow.
We've processed 27 million over 27 million in transaction. Visa was so impressed with us. they gave us exclusive partnership for 5 years with money on top. This is how VPD stood against their competitors. We create a building block that allows individual to go beyond bank, not just replicating a new version of the whole system. Our model is very simple: subscription based, accrue balance on it, FX margin, commission on added value service. These are my team. I've already have one exit to my name as a company that started up with $1,000, and I exited at multi-million dollars previously, over 10 years experience. And so does some of my team member. Some of them have worked with me in the previous fintech that I've exited. We're raising $1.7 million, a majority to runway operational license, because we have reached the kind of partnership we have at the moment. We reached the limit. So we trying to get our own direct operational license, and PCI DSS on cloud, and increase our user base to over 200,000 by end of Q1 next year. Our mission is very simple: drive within 3 years. We want to make sure we have given access an opportunity to 5 million people and process 1.3 billion people. That said, I hope that I cover all the necessary stuff. I'm more than happy to answer your question. Thank you.
This is amazing. This is really, really amazing. It is very impressive, to be honest, Michael. And also you have a very, very impressive background with an exit. That's always a plus. Are you only targeting the Nigerian market with this round, or are you
No.
to
We presently we have Pesa Venture and Expert Dojo have invested in us. We just took Nigeria as a starting post, where we want to be scaled across Africa and international. So it's not, we're just starting. Nigeria is a starting post rather than the only place there that we will be working on.
And how many banks do you have in your back end? What I understood from the solution is that you are not reinventing a digital bank, but you are actually using the existing infrastructure and enabling users to design their own experience using different banks. Is that correct?
Well, at the moment, because we only just got our own cooperative license. I think it's about 2 weeks ago. So we because of regulatory, you have to start with a partner with the bank. But what we're saying is this: the current bank, the way millennials consume things are totally different. The current bank trying to design your bank for you. Where we're saying that we will turn your bank into a Lego. Just think about it of Lego. You select different color and build your own type of house that you want. That's the experience. In doing so, we reduce cost, which pass on to the customer. We improve user experience and extend their reach. So, for example, we can come and take APIs
is it a new bank, or are you hanging on to infrastructure that's already pre-built by other banks?
No. We combine our own strengths, the new technology that we have, with what the banks have. So all the APIs from different banks don't work together. We have our own APIs. Then we now, for example, I can take APIs from Citibank, API from Wells Fargo, in terms of payment, and residing within my system. So when people use my system, it becomes intra rather than inter. In doing so, I've eliminated cost for consumer.
That's what I'm saying. You are sitting on top of banks as infrastructure, as a tech infrastructure layer between you and banks. You are not a new bank. You are building infrastructure to interconnect banks in a new way.
Yeah, they describe it as a challenge. The bank challenger bank, basically.
Okay, so I'll ask you a quick question. Did you try to sell the solution in a white label for banks?
No. What turns out is the banks naturally the banks do not what we are B2C first before moving to B2B. We haven't, although we've seen some banks using our own APIs, the blocked within our own microservices to serve their own customer, and it was deliberate on our own part because they're opening us up to their own users. The banks are very cost sensitive because all their things are based on cost ratio to asset, whereas fintech is cost ratio to revenue. So if you build something that the bank know that will save them money, they will use it to their own customer. As a result, we have more people using our rail.
Mhm.
Now, design the version that we release is designed for you and I. I can just create and select what I need. We are on this group now. I can go and select a bank that connected to the vested summit we're having today. No banks offer you that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
The
I know what you
if
mean.
if to personalize user experience that it become the bank of you. I'm not building the you're building Bank
And
of America or Bank of Salma. That's what we're doing.
yes, Bank of Salma
Amazing.
based on the experience that each and every customer has and their bank accounts and like wherever their transactions are and
That's
however they
correct.
want to use the bank itself. I love it. I love it. It's a very personalized experience. I think also our time is up, but if you want to give further feedback, I really love it, Michael.
All right. Thank you very much.
I love your background. I love the product. Would love to see the product as well, but don't have time more for here. So good luck with the
Yeah, how
competition.
could I show you the product? It's
Maybe
very
you'll
it's
you'll be
very pretty.
on to the next phase of the competition with us and be able to show us a bit more.
No problem. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank
Michael. Thank you, Michael. And next up, we have Ifaka, Mr. Fedi.
I have you received my mail?
Uh, yes, let me
Okay.
open it. One second, please.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, let me start. I'm Fadi Sharif, co-founder of Ifaka. Ifaka is a digital platform, mobile app, iOS and Android. It works as an intermediate platform for lending institutions, microfinance, and consumer finance. Actually, our team, we have more than 50 years of experience in banking and FMCG. That's why we saw a lot of loan applications passed away between approved and rejected. That's why we went to lending institutions as a rising market beside banks. So we decided to attract this market. We have built our application. Simply's application is working as a digital platform. The end users can sign for the application. We can make OCR for ID, and the user is filling his data, applying for facility, upload all needed documents. We make Arabic OCR and take selfie for the ID to make verification. Then we send this application to our partners from microfinance and consumer finance companies. Once we get approval, we are going to the payment screen, to the payment. To build our business, we have many partnerships with these financial institutions between microfinance and consumer finance, and Fawry as well for collection. Then we have decided to do it corporate wise. We have many contracts with payroll companies to attract their employees for consumer finance and microfinance products. So we have now a full solution for accepting loans and get approvals. Also, we have our prepaid card for payment for microfinance and consumer finance. And we merged with Fawry for collection, as many of these financial institutions doesn't want to expose their data for Fawry as a competitor. So we take the collection part from them. Actually, the market of microfinance and consumer finance is very green. Moreover, 40 million eligible clients are already ready for facilities. Our competitor Adva and direct merchants and NowPay, we are better in approval time and availability of microfinance and salary money loans, and also in pricing. Our business model, we build the business model based on a profitable model based on sales officers. Each sales officer, when achieve 450K per month, it's directly make 10,000K net profit. Also, our co-branded card, we build a profitable model. Every card hit our profit was £15. Also, we have a very attractive business model with our financial institutions are awaiting for salary money loan. As this license is given to banks, we already signed MOU with a bank to introduce this service for microfinance and consumer finance borrowers to get cash facilities against salary. Our timeline, we started in 2022 with a different model, was FACA, and we relaunched the product in October 2021 with the full model of facilities. Now our traction is around 850 users with 27 borrowers for the last month. We already started in November with loan amounts, booked loans £780,000. Our approval time is 24 hours, and our payment for service providers is 48 hours after approval. Our ask is $100,000 will be used for sales and marketing and advertising and the card system setup fees. Thank you.
What's your KYC like for borrowers, and are these personal loans against what?
Not personal loans. We made salary money loans like cash in advance, where we lend small amounts and small tenors, like 70% of the salary of the staff, to be repaid on 3 or 6 months.
Okay. I personally, I'm personally against loan or debt financing apps, not because of anything, but just because it's not the consumers in the market today are extremely uneducated about loans and debt, and this is causing lots of issues. So are you also going to be offering any help with educating the consumers around debt? And
it's not only loans. We concentrating now on consumer finance. We are lending for doctors, dentists,
okay. So businesses as well?
school fees, durable goods.
Against what?
Against salary or self-employed.
Okay.
Like banks, we are assessing the client I-score. Actually,
okay.
Not us. We are brokers for microfinance and consumer finance companies.
Okay. So I mean, that's what I asked. I mean, what's your KYC and what are you? You said 24 hours, then we can give you the money. So, what's your end in order for you to be able to loan people this kind of money?
Normal risk criteria, I score, income proof, employment, payment history.
Okay.
Yes.
It's getting better now.
Yeah.
I mean, I like your
Not
background.
easy money. No, not easy money.
I was like, okay, what's going on here? Okay, Yusri.
Yeah. Well, I love it. It's yani, it's not novel in the approach, but it's not what's interesting is how you can do it fast. So you must have tech components. The model that you are giving people is new, but is not new, but you have many components together. They have a very good business model, and you proven it to be fast. So maybe this is the thing that you want to highlight. Your back
Sure.
end is the thing that is your supposedly your strong suit. So
Yes.
show
Sure.
this. This is not shown. Your credentials are impressive. Having a bank is in your with you
Back.
is something very good. You should be able to say its name unless it's confidential with them in an agreement, but this will build trust. And I would
Okay.
like to ask you finally, did you enter the sandbox in the Bank Markazi, the National Bank of
Actually, we are not lending directly. We are working through our partners from lending institutions, so we don't need the sandbox. We already have the partnership with Arab Bank
Okay.
for prepaid card and making facility for many loans.
So you are
Okay.
actually a tech product rather than actually a lender.
Yes, fintech product. We are not direct lenders.
On top of and you're sitting on top of existing service providers.
Yes.
How many of those are you signed with today? 5. Perfect. And what's their lending size?
We have market leaders like Premium Cards. They have 7 billion portfolio, 150 salaried clients with corporate deals. Actually, we based the business on corporate deals. We attract the company to deduct the installments from the salary of the employee and add it to our account by bulk, which reduce the risk for collection and settlement.
Yeah, I like it now.
I like it a lot. على فكرة, I mean, I like it.
Now it's making more sense. Before it did not. Your pitch is just there are some stuff you need.
I shrink it. Actually, the business is very wide, so I shrink it to fit in the 3 minutes. That's why I'm hurry.
It's very hard to do this in 3 minutes, but I tell you that your strength, your biggest strength, that you are a tech company. You are not a financial.
Not a finance
company.
We are combining our banking experience with the fintech technology.
Exactly.
That's why we are going
more
in the direction.
And the
you should highlight those trends. Your how it's working. You know how it's doing as a diagram. What's the architecture of the solution? You know the things that makes you super fast and able to put all of these values together is because you're tech.
If we had seen that you also are at the back end of other lenders, so they have their mechanisms, and you're just a piece of tech, then that actually would make your life easier pitching.
Yes,
because it would just help us understand. So tell us a bit more about the tech product. The tech team that's building the product and the product.
Actually, it's a plug and play platform. We already subscribed with outsourcing company. They delivered us a platform ready to use, and now it is online on App Store and Play Store. And we are working with them for maintenance. It's already finished product.
What would not enable the banks, or like what can prohibit the banks from actually copying that and or the lenders if they want to outsource, and then just remove you
Actually,
as
we are concentrating on the customer acquisition cost. Most of consumer finance and the microfinance companies have a huge customer acquisition cost. We
Okay.
are trying to make it win-win situation for them, to build portfolio for them and make profit for us.
Okay. Interesting.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
I don't have
Thank
any more comments. I wish you all the luck, Fedi.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Salma, do you have any more comments or questions?
No,
No,
but
thank you.
I would
Sure.
just add that if you are a fintech, then the outsourcing could be a phase, but you need to have a very strong product roadmap. Otherwise, you can be very easily copied, and then that way you would get out of the market quickly. So this has to be extremely defensible.
Sure. Actually, the fintech is one of our arm, but our proposition in the market and the experience and the sales team, it's aside from the fintech.
That's why I'm saying it could be a phase or a stage, but later on
Sure.
you need to really focus on that if that's your differentiator.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Fedi, so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fedi.
And I think we have one last one left, right?
Yes, Mr. Shadi.
Samuel. Lots of fintech. It's amazing.
Again, Eddie.
Fedi, would I ask you to write your what's the name of the startup?
Amwell.
Amwell.
Yeah.
Is that right? Amwell?
Yes, AMWAL.
Perfect.
Okay. And you have the shared screen. Did you share the presentation?
Can you see it?
Shared. Yes, I can see it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it already.
Thank you for this opportunity. Yeah, should I start or?
Yeah,
yes,
go ahead.
Please go ahead. Please.
Yeah. Okay. This is Shadi Badr. I'm the founder and CEO of Amwell, the first date-based crowdfunding Sharia-compliant platform for SMEs in Egypt. In Egypt, we have $70 billion SMEs funding gap due to banks doesn't consider SMEs are bankable, or even the available ones taking a lengthy process to can fulfill the short-term need for SMEs. The problem that makes the business owners going to retail lenders to finance the short-term need, who are putting a high pressure as interest on the business. From this point, an informal economy has been created, which worth now $255 billion. The market where lenders can easily fall in the trap of al-mustarahin of fraud cases because there is no investment funnel for their small fund, even the available ones giving them a very low return on their capital. From this problem, Amwell came to solve and build a bridge to can connect the retail lenders with SMEs. In Amwell, to borrower as a SME, there's no need to a hassle of documents and a hassle of process because we only take 7 days to finance your transaction. No installment because we are a partner in the transaction. We deserve the paid-in capital at the end of the transaction plus the return. No fixed interest because we are finance a transaction with Sharia compliant. To investor, we guarantee them a higher ROI other than any other CDs or any other investment funnel. We diversify the risk. There is no need to put a high interest as a pressure on the business. Plus, we are making insurance against the fire, the stealing, any other circumstances. Plus, currently, we are doing another insurance called مخاطر عدم السداد. Once the application has been fulfilled by SMEs, our algorithm started to give us a risk rate, and then we publish it on our platform to give the investors or lenders the chance to participate as a crowdfunding to finance this transaction. We start to focus on 38% of the total market, which consisting of 6.5 million enterprises in Egypt. So we are focusing on a small and medium enterprises country because they are well educated. Our competitors are not speed like us, doesn't diversify the risk, no insurance, and of course, no high ROI on the return. Our traction, we started in 2019. We have a lending portfolio consisting of 22 Egyptian million pounds. We achieved 20% ROI to our lenders. We financed 50 transactions till now. Our partners are a lot, like Visa, GIZ, EBRD, and investment institutions, and other fintech companies like Thunder, Fawatira, plus Odoo. Currently, we are participating in FRA regulatory sandbox to get our license, which is the first thing in our milestone, in the upcoming milestone in 22 and 23. Plus, we focusing to increase our portfolio to reach 200 million Egyptian pounds as a transaction, and then we are going to Africa, to Rwanda and Kenya as a start. Our team, Karim Zurani, co-founder and strategic advisor, spent 20 years in multinationals from banks and private sector as a strategic manager. Shadi Badr, founder and CEO, 6 years experience as a financial advisor to SMEs, and Amr Minkawi, co-founder and CTO, with 10 years experience as a software developer. Thank you.
Shady, that was fast and clean.
And impressive.
And amazing as traction as well. The traction is very, very. Can you tell us a bit more about that? Because I thought that you were still in demo phase on slide 2 or 3, and then you spoke about traction. So you are not licensed yet. However, you have 50 transactions.
We do need a license currently, but we will get it to can have the authority to get like borrower, and then make a portfolio of fund to can finance transactions fastly with large amount. But currently we are only matchmaking and do all the operation. That's why we have a Thunder as a partner, because they are handling the whole process again to investors. And also we have banks and insurance company to handle all the process to lenders. We are only matchmaking and do the whole operation. But in 2022, after the fintech law has been established 2 months ago and will be authorized and active in the upcoming 3 months, sorry, we have the authority to get fund from lenders in our bank account, and then we refund or finance transactions to SMEs.
So at this point, where did you get the funding for the customers? Through Thunder?
Through Thunder and other institutions like EBRD.
Okay. So
EBRD
the
finance
proof of
our
concept,
transaction.
it was not a
Well.
crowdfunding?
Yeah.
It was not
Then
crowdfunding. It was something offline and traditional, but he's taking it to the next level.
Yes, it's amazing. I'm just wrapping my head around the model. So you started not as a crowdfunding, but you proved the model and you take it to the sandbox so that the regulatory can understand it, and now you're offering it to the people. When do you think it will be offered to the people to return this 20% ROI?
Currently, we finance it through people because we are driving them to sign in Thunder, and then Thunder make the portfolio management to us. So it's typical crowdfunding. But EBRD started offered us to give us the money, but we can't take it because we are not licensed yet. So they finance it behalf of us until we get the license.
What type of SMEs do you work with, Shady?
Any SME has 2 years experience in the market, achieve starting from 1 million as a revenue till 200 millions as a start. Because I will take it from your talk, most of the market doesn't educate it financially. So we started from the educated one, and then we go low to the non-educated one to make a product market fit, actually.
Perfect. And what give us a few examples of the SMEs that you currently had transactions with.
For example, a provider to Hyper One with grocery stuff. They are coming to us to finance this transaction. So we pay to the suppliers. We're not giving a cash to the SME. Actually, we're giving them what they need as a supplement from their suppliers. We pay the supplier and get the invoices, tax invoices, and then they get the product. After delivery, we collect the revenue as well from Hyper, for example. So the whole cycle inside Amwell, no fraud.
Perfect. And other examples?
Other examples, we have e-commerce, like Bosta, the shipping. a startup, we finance their transactions as well. So they giving us the whole invoices they had, and then we pay the salaries, they pay the shipping cost, and after they collect the money, they giving to us. Of course, also we have a partnership with Fawatirak. It's a ERP system for small prices. They are issuing invoices, so we can get the whole invoices for a specific business they need to finance their short-term transaction, and then we finance this against the approval of invoices they have.
I love it, Yashadi. I love it.
Thank you.
I think you're hitting the nail hard, and there's a big need. Factoring is an issue, and if you can actually avail that in the market, especially in this market, and SME is very much needed, and big players don't have time to process
Yeah.
SME money. So if you can build that layer of infrastructure in between, I think you have a winning product. So
Currently,
best of-
Visa offered us, helping us in develop our infrastructure to be more scalable and global. Plus, Bank Masr offered us a partnership because they are establishing a digital bank. Sharif Al Bahiri, he's talked to us many times, and of course, and GIZ taken us to a retreat, a fintech retreat, 2 months
Yes.
ago, and they gave us a really big hand to can
how
develop.
much ownership do you have between you and your co-founder? Because I see that there's someone who's much older and
Me
who's also
15%, Karim 40%, Amr 10%.
you
Karim was
you
my
have
manager. I'm 50.
perfect. That's what I needed to hear.
Yeah.
All right. I really love the product. Yusri, you have any further feedback? I think we are 20 minutes late to the closing, so we need to finish and wrap this up.
No.
It was really
Uh,
enjoyable hearing from all the startups, and it's always my favorite part of Vested Summit.
I really
Thank you.
enjoyed the cherry. I have a sweet spot for crowdfunding myself.
Amazing.
And yes, I've been in the crowdfunding scene since 2013. So I really loved your product. I know it's challenging to offer it in Egypt. You have a very big challengers in outside of Egypt, like Lewa and other
So,
crowdfunding platforms.
uh,
But
to,
but
to
you are much
surprise
needed
you,
here.
they are asking us to make a partnership because unfortunately we haven't. Thank God we have an amazing go-to-market strategy. We make the financial auditors like sales agents to us. We make the tax people sales agents to us. We make the insurance people make agents to us. So they ask
It's
us to
amazing.
give us the money and finance transaction under the law, but we refused because we know we need an Egyptian company to be raised.
But
You're much needed.
on
Good luck.
another scale, I think startups also need to collaborate together. So that's
Yeah,
also
of
another
course.
feedback I wanna give. But I can see you were partnering up with Thunder and other people, and I can see the passion and drive. Best of luck.
Thank you.
We are going to be announcing a platform of our own super soon, and just
Waiting.
next 5-10 minutes. So it is not in the lending space, as I told you. I'm not a big fan of lending, but lending to businesses is something we really love, and crowdfunding for facilitating business transactions is something also we appreciate. So I would say let's just wrap this up. We will announce the winner in the closing. Best of luck to all of you. Thank you so much for your time and for your great startups. You all are winners. I always say that just by the virtue of being here and just by the virtue of actually building what you want to see in the market. And we're just here to help and support you. So I want to thank you all. And
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
soon for the closing.
Yeah, thank you. Here's Melody.
Yeah, thank you. Well done to all the founders who pitched their startups. That was really good. And it was very obvious your drive and your passion for what you're doing. So well done. I wouldn't want to be in your shoes, Salma and you three, in choosing the finalist. We'll be back in just a few minutes for the closing ceremony with a big announcement that we've been teasing since the start of the conference. So tune back in just a couple of minutes.